Hi, I'm Paula at Tri-State Sewing and Quilting, and I want to show you something I'm working on. I'm hoping this is going to work. This is a 2.5 inch four patch. It's made with the Turbo 4 template, and you can make, I believe it's 16 different sizes. I want to put it around these. So right now I've done the first step, but I'm going to show you. This is a used machine I have here. It's got the built-in IDT on here, and I've got a perfect 1/4 inch foot on here, which is an option. And I should have a whole bunch of these lined up. All right, here I'm going to lift up the foot and then cut the thread off. Now I guess I'm right here, so I can just do it right here, huh? Sometimes I surprise myself. Okay, so I have this here. I'm just lacking one thing. Give me 1 second here. I've got my rotary cutter. I use this one, which is a 60 millimeter. I think that's what it is. Anyway, so there's 4 sides of this ruler, and I sell this in the store. I want 2.5. So you take your lines here, and I'm actually going to line up the 2.5 inch line on this, the dotted line here, like this. Ready? And now I'm going to go like this. Now with this ruler, excuse me, not the ruler, this swivel mat. And I do have a couple of these by Fock that come in a gift box that you come in and get. So now I'm going to turn this around. I got to be careful because as you see, I have lots of stuff there. So now with the same thing, the 2.5, I've got it right here. So the 2.5 is right here. And that stitch line, I'm going to line up on my stitch line of the straight stitch here, okay? Like that. And now I'm going to cut that. I guess we have black and white. No, that wasn't right. Glad I double checked. I don't want to cut it wrong because I have limited supply of this fabric. So this is a 2.5 inch, and now I'm going to go ahead and cut that, okay? So this piece you can use for another project. I have one done here now, I've got 2 more. But then you take them to the iron and press them, okay? I'm going to finger press for right now. Because now I want to see if I think this is going to work, but I need to put these together now. And actually, did I leave myself some? Okay, I'm going to line up a little bit here on the bottom, but I'm going to sew these together because I want to see if this is going to work. Otherwise, I have to make another size. This was a 2.5. So you have your 1/4 inch seam allowance there. I must have left the other ones over on the table. Give me 1 second because I'm really anxious to see how this is going to work. Or if it's going to work, okay? So the other, I have 6 here. So I'm going to go ahead and line them up again here. And I think it's going to work. I'm going to start sewing them together, okay? I thought this needed some black and white, and I was excited when I come up with this idea. So I'm going to lift up my foot here. And actually with this, I'm not using the cutter that is built in on here. I'm just keeping my thread held together because that gives you a nice stitch when you're doing this in the back, but I will put the needle down because it has that feature. And you do have to go fairly slow with this because I want it to turn out, you know. All right, so I have a cutter on the side here. Let's see how I did. Isn't that beautiful? I got it perfect. Let me try that again. You need to come in for one of these Turbo 4 rulers, and I will show you how to do it. If you'll call and let me know when you're coming, we'll set up a little mini class, okay? Because this ruler is fantastic for making these. I also make a pocket prayer quilt, which uses the same ruler. It's just amazing the perfection with Creative Grid tools. And that's what this is. And I did put on a straight stitch throat plate, which is actually an option. It doesn't come with these machines, but like the new ones, it comes with the upper end, like a 720 or bigger. You usually can nest them. Sometimes on camera, I don't do as well as I do by myself, but hopefully I did okay. So let me see. Oh, what do you think? Okay, so I still got another one here. I just want to make sure I line them up right, so I got checkerboard, like black and white, you know? Because I hate to rip. I know it isn't that big a deal to some, but I love it when I can just sew and I don't have to rip. And it's a great day when I don't have to rip. I bet you can agree with me on that, huh? Okay, so I should have cut those threads away. I'll do that in a minute here. I'm going to reverse beam it. I was kind of at the edge there. I want to make sure that it's going to hold together here for me, okay? And right now I'm nesting across the seam. Needle down. That helps you when you stop, okay? That's a really nice feature for most projects. And I just remembered I didn't put on my microphone. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look here once. So I've got one more. I pray that this will be perfect. Otherwise I have to start over. And like I said, I hold the thread in the back as I start. You want the fabric right against that flange on that perfect 1/4" foot, because that's where you get perfection when you do it like that. I can't see my black and white here. Okay, I'm gonna take a look before I show. Oh my gosh, what do you think? This is Turbo 4. I gotta hold that right for the camera. All right, now let me do this. I think it's a perfect fit. I should press it, but I'm gonna sew this on. In fact, if I sewed it on the side, then I could join a couple of them together, right? So I think I'll do that first. But I needed to make 6 when I did this, and it's actually gonna be, what do you call it? Scrappy. Because this is only one row of it that I had this fabric. I'm going to have to find some other white fabric to use. But it's going to be a scrappy quilt that way, okay? And of course, like I said, you're supposed to press as you go. I will press in a minute here when I'm done sewing this row. I'm just so excited. Because sometimes it takes you a while to figure out what size is going to work. I wonder if I should go press that first. All right, so I'm going to show it to you like this for right now. I'm going to go press, okay? So this is foundation paper piecing that we can do a class on. See that? That's foundation paper piecing. My hours are regular, open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5, and then on Saturday, 9:30 to noon. But it's Easter weekend, so I'm closing early today at 4, and then we're going to be closed tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Stop in and see you sooner. Check out our website at www.tristatesew.com.